spin it? Bubblehead and Marjorie Taylor and that crowd, Matt Gaetz, you think they're not going to spin this, that it's just as bad as Trump? And so the lie gets out there, people believe it, just like that Donaldson person, whatever his name is.
People, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street. So but at any rate, in a locked garage. Yes, as well as my Corvette.
Is that the lying has been so invasive, so ubiquitous, that no one will believe the truth anymore, and that you can put that at the feet of Donald Trump, who started the lying.
Now, the only reason that I do think it's a little bit different is because I'm not sure Joe Biden can read. I really do feel like this is becoming some sort of game that they are playing with all of us. Because everyone remembers when Trump had Mar-a-Lago raided by the FBI because he apparently had classified documents that were there. And of course, it was just another thing where left-wing Twitter was like, oh, we got him. The walls are closing in. Oh my God. And it was just something where you were kind of shrugging your shoulders like, well, let's wait for more information. Turned out it was like declassified stuff. A lot of empty folders where nothing actually was. And then something amazing happened. Joe Biden was caught with a bunch of classified documents that he took when he was vice president. So that means he took them 2015 or sooner and had them in his garage. Yeah, that's right. And you would think, based upon the reaction to Trump that we saw on Twitter and stuff from all these celebrities about him being a criminal and a liar, you would think that you'd get a similar reaction here, that people would be talking about impeachment, people would be talking about accountability, because accountability was the main thing that people were upset mostly about, apparently, that Donald Trump never faced. Well, what if I told you that all these shitlibs are hypocrites? Rob Reiner, the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is Joe Biden is a decent law-abiding person and Donald Trump is a pathologically lying criminal. Now, we want to talk about pathological lies. Remember when Joe Biden said he was like at the top of his class? And he like graduated with like 17 degrees or whatever it was that he said? And then he just got fact-checked and then he was just like, oh, I was mistaken. My memory failed me. That was good stuff. But it's amazing to watch them with, what's her name? Karen Jean-Pierre Lafayette, whatever her name is. The diversity hire. The one that goes in front of everyone and talks. You know, they had the redhead first, and they're like, we could go more diverse. We can go more representative. We could go blacker. She said, we are confident that a thorough review will show that these documents were inadvertently misplaced. How do you... Edward Snowden actually tweeted, he said, man, I should have thought of that one. Yeah, you probably should have, bud. Because, how... I understand if, you're in, like, your office space and you put, it's supposed to go like in your drawer and it ends up in someone else's office, maybe. That you can be like, oh, it was inadvertently misplaced. We got a lot of documents in here and, it just piles up and we grab some thinking that it's not in there. We forget and then we move it. So like that's it. How do you, inadvertently misplaced in your garage? In a box that said classified? What? I had the burger and I was going to eat it and then I put it up my butthole inadvertently. Even though my mouth is up here and my butthole is down there, I was like, oh, it's so good. And then it just went right up there somehow. I don't know. It was inadvertent. Hopefully after a thorough review from my medical professional, they'll see that it was inadvertently placed in my butt when I was trying to eat it like a normal person. I do like the replies to Rob Reiner though, especially this one. This one was my favorite. The difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is Donald Trump doesn't have bootlickers like Rob Reiner. I thought you were taking this and leaving. And then it's reminiscing about Epstein Island. And it's Rob Reiner in a disgusting thong Speedo. Why would you do that, meathead? Why would you do that? That's gross. Disgusting. Yuck. Gross. Ew. But that didn't stop some of the media, of course, from doing what they usually do. And here's the Daily Beast headline. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This is a great opinion piece that the Daily Beast did. The early facts we know from the discovery of several classified documents from President Joe Biden's time as vice president show very little similarity to the discovery of hundreds of classified documents found to have been kept by Trump. So, of course, they're running cover. Of course, it's different. Of course, it's different. Listen to Joy Behar tell you why it's different somehow. And it's got nothing to do with the whole Democrat-Republican thing. It's got nothing to do with establishment versus not government establishment. It's got nothing to do with nothing. Go ahead, Joy.
Really, I think that what you just said is right. That there are differences in what happened.
Yes, but so not good.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief. You know, we know that. So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's partly what's going on. But what I think also is going on, no matter what the truth of it is, Whoopi, they will spin it. Bubblehead and Marjorie Taylor and that crowd, Matt Gaetz, you think they're not going to spin this, that it's just as bad as Trump? And so the lie gets out there, people believe it, just like that Donaldson person, whatever his name is.
Byron.
What's his name?
Byron
Donalds. I saw him also. He was at the fight on the floor, too, wasn't he?
He was nominated for speaker a number of
Yes,
times.
by two people.
He's the new darling.
15 rounds.
But I mean, what I'm
Darling
just
of the
saying is that the
Republican Party.
lying has been so invasive, so ubiquitous, that no one will believe the truth anymore. And that you can put that at the feet of Donald Trump, who started the lying.
So
And Joe Biden, of course, is not immune to having something to say about all this. He actually had this thing here where there's been a lot of talk about my vetting process lately. Here's an inside look. And this is the Corvette he was talking about. And Hunter Biden had the engine rebuilt in Joe Biden's Corvette in 2016 while it was in Joe's garage next to this pile of classified documents. But sure, he kept those documents secure all the time. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Of course. But I'm sure it's just some conspiracy, right? It's just some conspiracy, because that's what the Blue Anon people have been up to. The Blue Anon is the blue version of, and Representative Hank Johnson was asked about what he thought of this. And let's be clear here. Anytime anyone said anything that Donald Trump did that was wrong, called it a conspiracy, they were called crazy. Okay? They were said, you just can't accept the facts, and the facts say that the orange man is a criminal. But then Hank Johnson and others believed the classified Biden documents were planted. Alleged classified documents showing up allegedly in the possession of Joseph Biden. I like how he uses his full name. Isn't that great how he uses his full name? And I like how he says alleged classified documents allegedly in his possession. It's like, no, they've already admitted that they were classified and that he had them in his garage. Even he said it. He said it was secure in my garage.
Classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street. But anyway,
Was in a locked garage.
yes, as well as my Corvette.
Things can be planted in places and then discovered conveniently. That may be what has occurred here. When a conspiracy theory favors your political side, then you go with the conspiracy theory. Isn't that, like, yes, you Blue Anon idiots. So I just want to know, I guess, in conclusion to all this, is why is it that these Hollywood celebrities feel the need to kowtow to the Democratic establishment, do they have something that they need to hide? Is there particular things they've done in the past that have, maybe they don't want to come to light because they know that the Democrats are the ones that pretty much control the entire media, and they would hate for things to get leaked about them? Rob Reiner with your tight thong Speedo. Is that the reason? Is that the reason there's no such thing as fairness anymore? Is that the reason why there's no such thing as, I don't think this classified stuff is that big of a deal. If he's the president, he's got stuff. He's got some documents. He reads them. Now, the only reason that I do think it's a little bit different is because I'm not sure Joe Biden can read. That's the only thing I find different about this. I actually think Donald Trump can read the documents that he had at his house. I don't believe for a second Joe Biden knows that he's even president at this point. Do you think he even knows he's president? Like most of the time? Some of the time when he's like spry and he gets in front of there and he's like, I don't, what? That's about as good as he gets. Those moments he knows he's president, but when he's just sitting around the house, sipping tea out of a cup, what else would you sip tea out of? Stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm stupid. But you know who isn't stupid? You guys for being here. So make sure to thumbs up this video, leave a comment in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're currently in the process of trying to get monetized, waiting on the YouTube people to let me know. And once we accomplish that, hopefully, it'll all be because of you guys. And I thank you for that. I thank you so much for that. It's a blessing to be able to have that. It's really a privilege and a gift. So thank you, and I hope to see you guys all back next time.